Hey everybody! We're back with our first podcast. And I said we're back, but really, we just got here.
Wow.
That's the intro. We're keeping it. Thanks to all of our lovely patrons, we are now going to be doing a monthly podcast for all of you. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a good time.
We hit our first goal on Patreon, which was to include them.
That would be why.
What?
That I'm talking to them, not you.
What? Okay.
Keep talking. You can
Okay,
go on.
alright. So we hit our thing, and so now we're here with the reward.
Yes!
All of our patrons and all of our followers.
We've done it, guys. That was a long time coming. We've been recording for like 10 minutes.
So,
all right.
$5 and up patrons are allowed to suggest,
They can if they choose to. We have a couple of suggestions.
$5 and up patrons can suggest podcast topics for us to talk about, suggestions and stuff.
And that's what we'll be talking about right now. It's probably in about 20 seconds after.
Do you wanna read the first one?
Yeah, I'll read the first one. So we're just gonna mention everyone who made these topics for us to talk about. So the first one is from Zeke, our lovely Zeke.
I love Zeke.
I love Zeke. Zeke says, typically, how do both of you come up with and agree with the storyline and song for your PMVs? So, do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
Well, basically, it's usually one of us will listen to a song and we'll get an idea. We'll be like, holy shit, I have this idea.
Yeah.
And then the other one of us will be like, alright, so just come up with a storyboard, just plop it out, scribble it out, do whatever you can super fast. It doesn't matter if it looks good, or if you finish it, or if there's a bunch of empty frames, just get it done, just do it.
Right.
And then usually we'll, toss it back and forth a few times, oh, hey, what do you think of this? Oh, let's add this in, let's change some of this, let's do this. Usually we'll just go back and forth a few times until it looks good.
Until it's ready.
Yeah.
And even okay. To answer some of that question, actually, it says, how long or how do you come up with and agree with a storyline? Sometimes we don't agree. Sometimes we just don't do it.
Yeah.
Usually we end up with several storyboards. We probably, I don't know, we have enough right now that will get us through for a while.
I have so many.
Peyton has so many, and she hasn't shared them with me.
I have so many. They're all, unfinished, too.
You haven't shared them with me.
I haven't.
Clime's gotten in the habit of saving them on her personal computer.
I showed you the Jamie one.
Yeah, you showed me that one. So, basically, we just we toss it back and forth. The songs, the first thing we come up with, obviously, is the song. We try and get ourselves out there and listen to as much music as possible.
And we try to avoid copyrighted music as much as possible, which is a lot of times, a real bummer, because we'll have, this awesome idea, but the song's copyrighted, so it's well, we can't make a PMV out of that, so...
Yeah, it's just scary to think about using things that have a copyright.
Yeah, because, what if we put all that effort and time and, just love into that kind of a video, and then just for it to get, taken down or something?
Yeah, we aren't about to go through that.
No.
We have, for some of our earlier videos, which haven't been hurt yet, they are standing strong, and we're happy with that. We're glad they're there. But, yeah, really, it's just... And a lot of our storyboards don't get finished.
Yeah, no, I would say 90% of them.
Yeah.
Probably more 95% of them don't get finished.
Yeah, but 100% of every video that we start, except for one.
Yeah.
But every video that we start... We
finish.
With, so concept art, things like color palettes, once we have the first sketches done that are actual scenes, not just this stupid storyboard sketch, which those are wonderful. I know all of you guys have seen the Wait For It storyboard with the kittens, LOL. People love that. I love that.
I write, and this is for patrons who are gonna see completely unedited storyboards, because I'm just giving you guys the raw files. But I tend to write a lot of notes in the storyboard too, kittens, LOL, because if I didn't write that, I don't know if I would remember to make them into kittens.
Yeah.
When we're, months later when we're actually, making it into an actual video. So, Yeah,
they also write, just look kind of like, you don't even know what they could have been.
Yeah,
those could have been.
A lot of times, like, the scribbles are so, like, vague It's like, who's that? What's that supposed to be? You know?
Yeah. And then at that point, you just have to travel, like, the recesses of your mind to really figure out, like, what was that?
Yeah, and, like, sometimes when we're, like, showing them back and forth, I'm like, just trust me. Like, just, this works. Just trust me.
Yes, we trust each other a lot.
Yeah.
Alright. I think we got that question solid.
I think that works.
I think we got it. Zeke, let us know if you want to know more, because we will tell you more.
I mean, Zeke will probably ask another question for the next one.
We actually have more questions from Zeke.
Oh, okay, let's do another one then. Or you can do another one.
These are quicker. So the next question from Zeke, who we love all of everybody, but Zeke talks to us a lot. I have a thing for Zeke. Zeke's awesome. Zeke's a pal, that's all. What are your favorite shows? The only TV I watch is Investigation Discovery and Catfish. I don't think Peyton watches any TV.
Not really. Like, if I watch anything, it'll be, like, Netflix.
Yeah.
But even, I mean, which I don't consider Netflix to be TV, because, I mean...
Well, they just said...
I mean, it is, like, shows. TV shows, but, like, I'm laying in bed, you know, it's not... I don't know. I'm laying in bed with my laptop, like, pushed up to my face.
So, yeah, that's like if you started video chatting somebody... I feel like, you know, there's people that will hack into, like, webcams and whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the time they just see that, like, angle of...
Yeah, like the triple chin.
Yeah. Like... Watching Netflix. Gotta, you know.
Alright. I don't know, I watched Troll Hunters recently, which is an animated TV show by Guillermo del Toro on Netflix. I was not expecting it to be very good, but it was very, very good. The animation was like, wow. For what it is, the animation's like amazing.
You watched the How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah, but the How to Train Your Dragon, like, the animation really isn't that great. But, like, Troll Hunters is way better.
Good to
know. And it has, like, a unique storyline. I really like, you know, here's my Troll Hunters promo. Not that we're sponsored.
They're not sponsoring, by the way. Not sponsored, yeah. Alright, and then, so that's pretty much it, right? We got that. Yeah. And Zeke's last question is, how is life, with a heart emoji? Thank you, Zeke. It's okay.
Life is difficult.
Peyton's having a hard time right now. I don't know how much she wants to talk about, but it's just family.
Yeah, I just have family, you know, stuff that probably shouldn't be on a podcast.
It's just, personal, but it's taking a lot of her time, and that is why
I'm used to having tons of time to sit around and draw cats, and now I have literally zero time. I've been so busy that, like, I literally only use my room now for sleeping. Like, I don't spend any time in my room at all.
Yeah, this is one of Peyton's days off, today and tomorrow. And we are working all
getting
day.
Stuff done.
We are getting stuff done today. It's gonna be a day. So yeah, life's okay. I mean, you know, everyday struggles. Peyton's busy. I got a new thing to do at work, so, you know.
Yeah.
Be good.
Life.
Alright, and see.
What's another question?
Skosh. Our next question / topic is from Skosh. I like that. Is that how you say it?
Skosh? I would say Skosh.
Skosh.
Probably.
Skosh. We'll find out after this, won't we? Let's see. So, their question is, maybe how you work together and mesh your styles when you collaborate. Oh, and favorite shows, movies. We did the favorite shows. Do you watch any movies? I
mean, kind of, but I don't know if I have a favorite movie.
No, I don't really either. It's, you know, I watched The Truman Show recently, which I like because he drives my car, so I like it for that reason. So that's a good movie. And then how do you work together and mesh your styles? So that was, I feel, more of a... How do we explain it? Like, the very beginning is when that was more of an issue, because we had to, like... It looked like a Frankenstein, I feel like.
Yeah, so, like, when we first started, we didn't really know how we were gonna... Like, we didn't really have our, like, system figured out yet, obviously. And so we were, like, going back and forth on drawings, like, oh, I would draw this, but then Julia would draw the face on this one.
Yeah, so it was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. And you can tell, especially, like, in our Scourge video, and the Astro one. But now we kind of have it more, like, I feel like there was a point where our styles really, like, meshed together and were, like, really super similar, and now they've drifted apart again.
Yeah.
Which is, like, good and bad. I mean, like, if we wanted to do a PMV where we're both drawing characters, like, I feel like you'd be much more easily able to tell who drew which one.
Right. Which is okay for things like if we did Young God today.
Yeah, like for something like that, that's okay. But if we were doing like a full PMV of like Dixie Boy, like, I feel like you'd be able to tell. Like, if I drew a maple shade frame and you drew a maple shade frame, I feel like you'd be able to easily tell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think that, let's just say it's like, you draw maple shade and I draw the side characters. That would probably be fine.
Yeah, but if I were to draw maple shade and then you were to,
it would be weird.
It would be, people would definitely be able to notice, I think.
I mean, yeah. I agree with you on that one.
But in terms of, like, meshing styles, like, if you're wanting to mesh styles with someone, you just have to, like, you both have to, like, sacrifice, like, I want to say, like, you both have to, like, sacrifice things to blend them together. Like, I've tried to do it numerous times with Sam, and, like, Sam has, like, a very, like, anime style, and it's very hard for ours to blend.
Didn't you guys come up with something?
Yeah. But it's still, like, it's very difficult, and don't expect it to, like, come easy if you're trying to, like, draw in this new blended style. Like, it's difficult. It's a process.
I'm sure people who are in the industry that maybe bounce from place to place.
Well, yeah, and, like, if you're working on, like, an animated film, you're gonna have to draw in that style that they come up with. So it's very much, like, it's a good skill to have to be able to draw in multiple styles.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So let's see. And now more often it ends up being, well, you're much quicker when doing character art, line art, than I am.
I know, you take forever on line art.
Yeah, I take forever. So most of the time, even if I was to maybe, like, if she finishes a bunch of sketches and maybe she's like, hey, can you line art those? She's going to be more efficient when it comes to line arting. I'm quicker with coloring than she is.
Yeah.
So we kind of I do more of the coloring, she does more of the line art, and that's just how we've divided the work.
We just have, like, a system. And plus, like, most of the time, like, Julia is in school, so, like, it's much easier for her to sit down and color, like, 2 frames than for her to sit down and, like, line art them and color them and, you know, stuff.
Yeah, so it's easier for us that way, and I think it's more efficient. We found our nice
pace,
soft spot. Yeah, we found a good spot. Alright, so thank you, Skosh. Skoosh. I love that name. I just don't know how to say it. Alright. I hope I get this one right. Sadie.
Yeah.
I think I got that one right.
I think it'd be hard to mess up.
Hard to mess up, Sadie. Maybe your thoughts on the talk about another arc.
Oh, yeah, okay. So the Errands confirmed that there's another arc after this one.
Alright.
So honestly, I think that I still stand by this, that it should have ended with Omen of the Stars. It should have been Dunzo.
Yeah, Firestar.
But basically that just means that they couldn't figure out a way to end this arc, so they're just going for another one.
I mean, well, okay. They could have ended it on Darktail dying, or whatever. Done. But no, they had to, they continue.
Because, like, if Darktail dies, that doesn't, like, wrap up the whole story, though. Like, I want to know, like, what happens to the clans? What happens to Alderheart? What happens to Violetpaw and Twigpaw?
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
That would leave it with so many questions. But I feel like if there was any place to stop it, it would have been at Omen of the Stars.
Absolutely. Firestar
dies, and that last chapter, we talked about this in, like, a live stream, but that last chapter would have been from Firestar's point of view as he joins StarClan, and it's like, that's it, it's done, we get his point of view for the last time again, and ta-da, done, Elfine, we're done.
And I don't think it would be wrong of them to make other novellas.
No, that would have been totally fine, yeah.
Yeah. Like, things like that, I think they can always add to
like another,
what we
like,
already
Cats
have.
of the Clans book, where, like, was full of, like, short stories and stuff, would have been fine, yeah.
Yeah, but they had to add more characters, more trouble, more... Ugh.
Or even then, if anything, I would have been interested in seeing, like an arc that takes place between, like, Dawn of the Clans and, like, Blue Star's Prophecy, like...
Yeah.
Where they only have, like, 3 rules to the Warrior Code or something. Like,
That's
and
true.
how
That
different
would've been cool.
the lifestyle would be, and, like, how they don't have, like, all their culture set up yet, and, like, I don't know, I feel like that would have been more interesting.
Right, like, work from where you started from this point, you end it, and then you just go back.
Yeah.
Fill in.
Yeah, fill in the gaps.
I feel like there's other series that do that. I'm not sure if I know, like, which ones.
I don't know, but, like, you could have done an arc where when SkyClan leaves, you could have done an arc for that. I know we had the novella about Cloudstar, but like, who read that? I mean, really.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But yeah, like, I feel like they could have easily done that. But I don't know. Like, another arc just feels like, you know, they're just beating a dead horse. But of course, I'll read it.
I mean, of course. I still haven't read. I stopped reading.
The first book really isn't the first book of A Vision of Shadows really isn't that great. But Shattered Sky, man, just. I read the first probably 2 chapters of the first book, and I was just bored. Yeah, that one's kind of boring, but you have to read it in order to get to the next. I know.
Why do they make us do these things?
Okay.
All right.
Next question.
My thoughts are whatever Peyton said.
Thanks. It was good. Good addition. I like that.
Yes, I know. Well, I haven't read the previous. I agree with the things that you have brought to the table.
Oh, thank you.
The small table. I feel like we're at like the kiddie table. You know, when you're at a family gathering, there's a little kiddie table.
We're in like plastic lawn chairs or something. You know, like we don't have actual seats.
No, why would we?
Okay, next question.
All right, our next question is a larger, partitioned questions from Glimmering Alder. So, I'm just gonna read the whole thing, and then we can break it up.
Okay.
Let's see, why do you like the characters you like? What are the top 3 things you'd change about the first arc of Warriors? What are your favorite ships, and why? They mentioned how I mentioned Breeze Pelt and Ant Pelt, and they've been wondering why ever since.
Okay.
I will talk about that.
Okay, yeah.
And then definitely about what it's like to work together and collab on a larger scale. I think they were just agreeing with the previous. And maybe about what influenced both of your art styles. Warriors, obviously Warriors was part of it, but then what else? So, we'll start from the top. Why do you like the characters you like?
Well, Blue Star's my favorite character. What's your favorite character?
My favorite character, I don't know. I enjoy Blue Star. I like Maple Shade as a character, but not, I don't feel like she's my favorite character. Talk about why you like Blue Star, and I'll think about it.
I don't know, like, I relate a lot to Blue Star, like, just, like, her personality. And I've talked about her a lot. If you're, like, a Tumblr follower, I talk about her a lot on there.
I'm sure you do. Do. I occasionally check your Tumblr.
Like, I don't know, like, I just, like, a lot of stuff where people are like, oh, Blue Star's so hypocritical, you know, she's so judgmental and all this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but those are, like, her character flaws. Like, people try to, like, make it out as, like, she's problematic, but it's like, that's literally the point, though.
She needs, flaw.
Is she has flaws.
She has flaws, yeah.
Like, name a flaw of Firestar's.
He is, a little stupid.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's true. Name a flaw of Dove Wings.
Dovewing, wasn't nice enough to Ivy Pool.
Name a flaw of, like, Lion Blaze.
He is too strong.
Yeah, exactly. Like these aren't flaws, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
I just think Blue Star is, like, the most developed personality-wise of any character that we've had. That's why I like her.
That's a good reason.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't even know who I like.
How do you not know who you like? What about Yellowfang?
I don't know. Okay, I do like Yellowfang.
But is she your favorite?
I don't like what they did with her backstory.
No one does.
No. I like the kind of like the Crowfeather family on the Wind Clan side. But not because they're good, just because they're flawed, like Breeze Pelt.
Yeah.
I like Breeze Pelt as a character, and he's kind of a dick, and I don't think he deserved to be welcomed back into Wind Clan.
No,
with open
One
arms.
Star should have exiled his ass. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I think they should have all just, you know. Ivy Pool passed because she worked with the good guys and whatever, but Breeze Pelt, I don't know, man. You kind of messed up.
Right?
But, that's just, whatever, my opinion. I like the character.
I hate with Breeze Pelt how they were like, oh, he's such this bad dude. He's got all this shit. He's done all these things. And yet, now in the new arc, they're like, now he has a wife and 2 children and he's living happily. And, like,
yeah,
I'm like, what? You can't just jump from A to B. Like what? Heathertail, girl, what are you doing?
She wants babies, just like his mama. But yeah, I like that, situation. RiverClan has some good cats.
That all you're gonna say?
Well, no, there's a lot. I think there's a lot of good characters in RiverClan.
I mean, yeah, like name some. And talk about them.
Talk about them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's think. Well, Crooked Star, his story, it's kind of, I don't really feel like the Mapleshade involvement was necessary from her point of view, because it's like, come on, it's been 3 generations, man.
Yeah, like, I feel like if anything with Mapleshade, if she wanted to, like, get back at Appledust, she would have, like, directly affected his kit.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, or she would have, like, terrorized Reedshine or something. Like, that makes much more sense to me than, like, his great,
Yeah. Like, I get that, like, I mean, I read the book. Like, he made the promise to be whatever loyal, and she was like, well, you didn't. You're a dickhead. Yeah. But, I don't know. I think that his struggle was cool, I guess. He had a nice wife and a kid.
I don't know, his like, I feel like them just randomly throwing it in, like, way afterwards, like, oh yeah, by the way, this perfectly normal character that you guys all love, trained in the Dark Forest.
Yeah, I don't really think that, I wouldn't really say he trained in the Dark Forest in a way that, like, Ivypool or Briefpelt did, or Antpelt, like, they really trained in the Dark Forest. He was tricked into training into the Dark Forest.
But, like, the thing with, like Tiger Star, that, like, all of a sudden, like, Mapleshade was the whole reason behind Tiger Star's stuff, and that she was, like, guiding him stuff, like, that's so, like, that's, like, the equivalent of, like, J.K. Rowling's, like, yeah, Dumbledore was gay, we just never mentioned it. Like, that's what it feels like. It's like, what?
Well, okay, in that sense, yeah, I think
just, like, throw that in last minute.
Yeah, I know. Well, they do a lot of throwing things in last minute. I mean, but just, Crooked Star, cool dude. It would have been cool if he, I don't know, was less of a stupid dickhead, I guess.
Is that it? Are those your final words on Crooked Star?
I don't have as many opinions on Warrior Cats as you do.
I have too many.
Yeah, Peyton has a lot of opinions on Warrior Cats. I'm just kind of throwing the characters I'm kind of liking. I just learned that, who is it, Russet Fur? Mm-hmm. Is that it? Whoever is Ragged Star's sister.
Yeah, Russet Fur.
Yeah, Russet Fur. I did not know that she was, a heck kitty pet.
Really?
Yeah, I never knew that.
Really? That, like, you must not go on the wiki, like, at all.
No, I went on the wiki because I was like, I'm gonna find a warrior cat to draw. So I just did, like, random characters, and Russet Fur came up, and it was like, Red is her original name, and I was like, whoa, what? Yeah. Red? Okay,
which also explains why she was, like, so nice to Sasha.
That's true, yeah. Because she understands. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Sasha, that's a weird thing going on. Mothwing's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like Mothwing, too.
Mothwing's kind of cool. I don't think I have a favorite, though. I think we've ended up at that conclusion after this, 10 minutes I've been rambling.
Okay, what's the next question?
Next question. What are the top 3 things you would change about the first arc of Warriors?
Okay, number 1. Right. 1. Okay. I would change that we don't find out that it was Tiger Claw who killed Redtail. Not until, like, the 3rd book, when, like Tiger Claw would do something petty, like, while he's, like, standing over Blue Star, and he's like, ha ha ha, and I killed Redtail. Like, something like that. Something like that versus, like,
ha ha ha, and I killed Redtail.
Something like that versus, like, we find out in the very first book that Tiger Star's the bad guy. Like, I feel like either Ravenpaw should have just kept his stupid little mouth shut, or...
Oh my god.
Well, like, he should have kept it either, like, from, like, a writing point of view. Either Ravenpaw should have kept his mouth shut, or Tiger Star should have just, like, killed Ravenpaw. Because I know, like, so many people like Ravenpaw, but really, like, he doesn't add really anything to the story.
That's fair.
Like, you could eliminate Ravenpaw completely, and, like, nothing would change. And I know that's so mean to say, but, like, you could, like, literally just, like, completely, like, for, like, if we're making the Warriors movie, you could cut Ravenpaw out and nothing would change.
Greypaw is the one who saw everything that happened.
Yeah, easy, like,
We don't need Dustpaw either. Really. I mean, okay, I think that if they make the Warrior Cats movie, if they actually make it, we should actually not have a lot of apprentices. Wasn't that the point?
Yeah, right? They're like, ThunderClan has never had so few apprentices, and you're like, damn, girl, you got 5 already, like, what?
Yeah. Like, I think you have plenty. So maybe they would just do, like, what? Greypaw and Sandpaw.
Yeah.
And maybe they're from the same litter.
Yeah, because, I mean, really, like, Duskpaw doesn't really...
Not really. They could just merge him into someone else.
Yeah.
Like, what has he done?
Or if anything, you could merge Dustpelt and... Yeah, you could merge, like, Dustpelt and Longtail together.
Yeah.
No big deal.
That's true.
Like...
That's true.
Yeah.
I feel like they would end up just doing, like, a bunch of maybe, like, because, like, the clan would be really small if you removed so many and didn't just
like,
add
I feel like they would
characters.
have a bunch of background characters, they probably just wouldn't introduce them.
There would just be cats out there.
Yeah. Okay, so that's my number 1, is that we don't find out, like, it's an actual, like, murder mystery up until book 3, and then you find out, like, it was Tiger Claw all along.
Yes.
Because... Oh, no, also, okay, so, like, with Firepaw, in the first couple of chapters, he, like, looks up to Tiger Claw. He's like, wow, he praised me. I'm so special. Like, he looks up to him as, like, this great warrior, and I'm like, what if we, like, continued that, though, for, like, 3 books?
Yeah,
like,
until, also, at the same time, Fireheart is also finding out all these terrible things Tiger Claw did at the same time Bluestar does.
Yeah, and so then it's, like, a much more, like, you know, he finds out that his hero, this cat that he's looked up to, you know... is just really this awful murderer, crazy dude, and so does Bluestar, and then he watches his other hero, Bluestar, like, crumble under the weight of that.
Right.
I just feel like that could have been much more better. Much more better.
Grammar.
Okay, that's my 1. What would you change?
Spotted Leaf.
What about her?
Get rid of her.
Good. I agree.
I think that, I think Goosefeather would have been a good character to have in the first book.
Yeah, like, would he still be killed off in the first book?
I don't know, just a Goosefeather-esque character, really.
Mm-hmm.
Just some, an old, like not a
Yellowfang.
pretty young... Yeah, Yellowfang! There we go. Yeah. But we need the Yellowfang. I feel like Yellowfang needs to be introduced by Firepaw, because that was one of its big mistakes.
Yeah.
Which, you know, ended up being really good for everybody anyway, but it was a mistake nonetheless. But yeah, Spotted Leaf, she's gotta go.
Yeah, okay, so, like... Because Firepaw needs, like, a guide from StarClan, why not have it be Redtail?
Yeah,
like, Redtail's the one... Yeah, I know. Redtail's the one who's like, I was killed! Avenge me!
I feel like he would just probably be in dreams, and maybe Firepaw would be like, who's this cat I keep seeing?
Yeah, and he would probably give him, like, cryptic-ass clues and stuff.
Yeah.
You know? But he would never, like, outright, like, tell him, like, it was Tiger Star, like...
Tiger Star killed me, guys, by the way.
Yeah,
Tiger Claw killed me. Firepaw, you need to, like, tell everybody.
Because, you know, ghosts have to be, like, ominous and shit.
Right, you can't just... Yeah, no, ghosts can never give you the full story.
Nope. Okay, what's another third thing you would change?
Third thing about the first arc. Let's just let this sit for a minute.
I'm trying to think. Oh.
First arc or first book? Oh, first arc. The whole arc.
Okay, I have another thing I would change.
Okay.
Scourge is introduced in, like, the very first book. And,
right.
like, I mean, like, they know, like, you hear about Blood Clan in the very first book. It's like, oh, they're these alley cats or something. Or, like, as, like, Firepaw leaves with Whitestorm and Lionheart to, like, join the clans, you, like, see, like, on the fence, like, a pair of eyes, and you're like, ooh, who's that? You know, like, some shit, you know, like...
Ooh, who's that?
I'm not a writer. Okay, you know, like...
Yeah, you're right.
Like, some shit, you know, like, where... And throughout the series, you hear stuff of, like, oh, there's alley cats, you know, they're getting stronger, you know, they're killing other cats, you know, you hear... Like, Princess hears more and more stuff, and we get to hear more of that, and then all of us... Right. Instead of just, like, Scourge, like, randomly in the last 2 books, like, bam, Blood Clan. You know?
Bam, Blood Clan.
Yeah. Like, I feel like...
That's definitely...
Or, and even, like, you could have had, like, Fireheart, like, run into Scourge. And Scourge being like, oh, hello, we are kin. Join me, brother.
How would he know?
Because Scourge knows all. Scourge keeps tabs on everything. He knows all. He's got a kingdom. He knows everything. I don't know. You don't have to, like, explain it. Just be like, yeah, he knows shit. Like...
Right. No, that's true. Be like, hello, I know you're my brother. Do you want to join us?
Yeah, you know, like, stuff like that. Because, like, Fireheart is, like, so desperate for family. And he's like, oh, all these clan cats have family, but I'm alone. And Scourge is like, come join me.
His flaw, being a big baby.
Yeah. Yeah, Scourge is like, help me take them down from the inside, and Fred's like, I don't know about that.
I don't know, I kind of feel like Bluestar's my mom now.
Yeah.
I mean, well, that would be kind of mean.
Yeah. That's my final.
That's your final? I'm thinking if there's anything else I could throw in, but...
Yeah, what would you change?
I'm gonna say top 3. Let's see if there's any runner-ups. Let's see. I don't know. That is the final thing, my friends.
Alright, okay.
It's,
good addition.
Moving on.
Good addition. Yes. I like it. Thanks.
Alright. You're welcome. Alright, so next thing. What are your favorite chips and why? And I mentioned
chips
the
or chips?
And pelt thing. Chips.
Oh, it's like my favorite chips. Like
what are your favorite chips though?
My favorite chips?
Yeah.
Like eating chips? Like chips?
Yeah.
Sun chips. Cheddar Sun chips. They're the best.
Cheddar Sun chips. I like those too. I don't really eat them too often though.
No, they're very much like a lake food. Like I don't know, like I've had them associated with like going to the lake in the summertime. Like eating them any other time unless you're like by a body of water would be wrong. To me.
Right.
Like they're very much like a party chilling out kind of snack. I don't know, we're talking about chips now. Okay, let's talk about chips.
I just I kind of what's it when you're like not fully there?
Did you just disassociate while I'm talking about chips?
I don't think it was that far. I think I just like,
Julia's like
I heard you say
out.
like party time. I don't know. It was a little weird.
What's your favorite chips?
Chips, anyway.
Yeah, what are your favorite chips?
I'm gonna have to go with the classic Lay's.
That's dumb.
I like Lay's. I like Lay's. I mean, I like tortilla chips.
Well, I mean, yeah,
with
tortilla chips are the bomb.
Right, and I only eat the whole grain, whole wheat ones or whatever because I want to be healthier slightly.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Miss, I eat chicken nuggets for every meal.
Look, chicken nuggets. I get the more expensive chicken nuggets. Okay. So
are you buying organic chicken nuggets now?
I don't know if they're organic. I just know that they're better. Hang on, I gotta mute my group chat for Pokemon. They're all going on. All right. So, anyways, the ships, like characters.
Okay.
All right, I'm just gonna mention the Breeze Pelt and Ampelt thing. I feel like that was originally because I made a storyboard. I didn't finish the storyboard, but I began a storyboard.
Ooh, we can post on Patreon.
Yeah, I need to clean it up definitely. There's a lot to clean up in there. But it's kind of just like I feel like they had like a bromance.
Is it a bromance or a romance? Make it gay, coward.
No, they're gay, but I feel like if it was in the Warrior Cats, it would be a bromance because, you know, Warrior. I feel like in the books they had a bromance, but I interpret it as gay.
Yeah.
They both trained in the Dark Forest. Maybe Breezepelt didn't want to go as far as Antpelt did, and he was like, alright, man, I get it. I see what you're doing. I hate everybody too, but it's a little much. And then when he dies and they find him, like, woken up in the, dead, in this nest, then Breezepelt is there and he's like, well, shit, I know what happened. And it's gonna haunt him, and he's gonna go back to the Dark Forest tomorrow night and see him.
And I feel like they're the same, like, they're around the same age, they probably were apprentices, or, like, they grew up together,
Right.
They bonded over, it's like how everyone ships Ivy Pool and Blossomfall, it's like the same thing. Except Antpelt dies.
Yeah, Antpelt dies, and he dies twice, of course, but the first death was probably less painful than the second death.
I feel like that could also, like, fuel Breezepelt's, like, hatred more for, like, ThunderClan in general. Like, Ivy Pool.
Right,
too.
Ivy Pool killed him, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I feel like that, I mean, we already know he hates ThunderClan from whatever.
J-Feather?
Yeah, J-Feather. Everybody. But, yeah, I just thought that it made sense. If maybe HarperCollins was not the publisher, maybe we'd have some gay Breezepelt and Antpelt evil cats. I don't know. But, yeah, that's my opinion on that.
Okay,
so,
what other favorite chips do you have?
I don't have any. I don't really think I have any. You talk about yours. I'm trying to think while you go, because I like to put you on the spot.
I like Bluestar and Oakstar, but I like it because they broke up, and, like, I know that sounds weird, but, like, so many people in Warrior Cats are like, oh my gosh, this couple broke up, or, like, this character had another mate, like how awful, like they're so like, you know, people throw around like slut, whore, or whatever for like, you know, and stuff like that. But it's like, that's
cats.
Realistic. Like, yeah,
exactly.
And like Blue Star and Oakstar broke up. She didn't want to be a part of that. Like, it's just more why I like Blue Star, but like, I don't know.
And Oakstar. That's the only reason why you like Oakstar.
Well, like, she didn't want to be. She couldn't handle the relationship anymore. They weren't going to continue it. She's like, all right, this is it. We're done. I'm not going to see you anymore after this. You know, I don't know. Right, I like their whole. We made a whole PMV about their relationship, so you know.
Yeah, and we may or may not have another storyboard coming to Patreon eventually.
There's so many Blue Star storyboards.
No, I know, but the one that you showed me and we're like, oh my god.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, the water, whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go listen to that song again, because,
I have it on my Spotify playlist, and every time I hear it, I'm like, I need to finish that.
I need to make a Spotify playlist that... Okay, keep going. It says we're 43 minutes in the recording right now, but we have like 15 minutes of stuff in the beginning that we have to cut out. Yeah, I know. Patreon's gonna get it all, though.
Yeah, Patreon-exclusive bloopers and outtakes.
And I'm saying, you guys can, like, pledge $1 and then back right out after you watch it. You guys can just go there specifically to watch our terrible bloopers.
Hey,
not that I think it's a good idea.
Maybe
you can stay, too, if you love us. You can stay. I'm just saying that if you want to see the bloopers we're talking about so bad that you're willing to put your credit card information in the hands of patreon.com, then you can do that.
Nice advertisement. That was great.
Well, it was really kind of an anti-advertisement.
I mean, yeah. All right.
You get more benefits if you stay.
Yeah.
So let's see. And yeah, then definitely about what it's like to work. Yeah, so we really talked about the working together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we didn't. We talked more about. Let me just reread the other ones we talked about, because I lost it. Storylines and styles and working together on a greater scale. So, well, what you're going to be seeing in the background right now is some form of speed, maybe somewhat sped up drawing of us working on something, probably a map part.
Mm-hmm.
So that might show a little bit of our process. I'll find a way to edit that together. Maybe we'll do, like, you work on the sketch and the line art, and then I color it, and then I work on a different line art.
We'll figure it out.
That's an us problem, not a you problem.
I don't know, like, there are issues that we run into a lot. I think the main thing is that our time zones are different. Julia.
And I go to sleep early.
Yeah, Julia's 3 hours ahead of me, and she goes to sleep early. Which means anytime, like, after 5 p.m. my time, like, when I get off work, I can't, like, contact her because she's asleep.
Yeah.
So we can't really get anything done, like, in the afternoons or anything.
Right. The only times we'll be doing a live stream or something, I have to stay up late for that, because we have to make it work with both of our schedules. And then after that, I just fall asleep. It's rough.
Yeah. Well, and, like, it's hard because, like, we both have, like, different schedules, like, with terms of, like, work and stuff. I would say, like, communication is the one thing that's, like, if you yourself are wanting to make a duo team or something, like, similar to what we do, like, communication is the number one you gotta work on.
Yeah. Even if you're mad, you gotta communicate. I feel like the way that we work, it's more like we're in a relationship because we have to make up after a fight that we have.
Yeah, and it's so interesting, like, we're not, like, it's like, I can't, like, if I'm, like, mad at Julie or something, I can't just, like, not talk to her for 3 days or something. Yeah. Like, I can't just, like, walk away. I can't be like, that's it, we're no longer friends. It's like, okay, that's it, fine, I'm pissed off at you, but what are we gonna do about this frame?
Yeah, I know!
You know? Like,
oh my god, that's so true.
We have to, like, kiss and make up each time. Like, alright, okay, let's throw it away, alright. We were angry. We had an argument. Okay, now let's get back to work.
Right. It's good. I think that it makes me feel like we can't, like, stop work. It's when I worked on YouTube alone, like, with my terrible, old stuff, with whatever. But I wouldn't be motivated. I'd only be motivated when, like, hey, I feel like making something right now, and then I'd never finish it. But when there's two people working together, you gotta finish it.
Yeah, and, like, we're so, like, dependent on, like, like, hey, you have to do this part so I can get this part done. Like you have to do it so I can do this. Like, you know, you have to. It's much more like motivating to have someone there who constantly yells at you to get your shit together.
It's true. Speaking of which, get your shit together. I have to finish Dixie Boy.
I know. I have the. Okay, we'll talk about that later, but I'm going to tell you... Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you to speed up the background, and I know you're going to say, no, that doesn't work. Just trust me. I swear to God, just trust me. Just do it once. Just do it once. If it doesn't work, then we can go back to what you were doing. But I'm just trust me on it. All
right, we'll do that.
It sounds wrong. It sounds like the wrong thing to do, but just... like your brain's telling you that's not how it works, but just do it. Just trust me.
All right, I trust you. We'll see how that goes. You'll see in the final video how that goes, guys.
Yeah.
And, alright, so yeah, no, the way that we generally break things up, just to simplify it and say, like, here's how it works, is Peyton will she'll do most of the storyboards. Generally, it's probably, like, 80% Peyton, 20% me. I contribute to her storyboards, but, you know, she has more ideas, and she has more motivation to actually do storyboards.
I love storyboarding.
Yeah, you're crazy. But, so then after that, you know, we go into the cleaning up stage, which, again, Peyton usually does because she's better at composition, framing, and things like that, which is good because we need someone who's good at that. And then, you know, she'll crank out some line art. I'll color some line art. When we have people helping us for larger projects, we'll be like, hey, guys, help us with this colors. And they'll color for us, and we'll get it back, and we'll do the shading. Color palettes obviously come first. We have to come up with the... lighting colors, shading colors, and we have to come up with a way of layer modes. It's very important to keep it consistent.
Yeah, especially when we're working with, like, multiple people. We'll usually make, like, a cheat sheet, that'll have, like, we'll just slap, like, a character down, and we'll, like, have a couple, like, alright, this is how the shading works on a nighttime scene. Right. This is how the shading works for this color palette. And so we make color palettes before we start anything, so we do the storyboard, and then we're like, alright, let's come up with some color ideas for how this is going to look. Then we make our character designs, and then we start working.
And the colors are really, like, the make and break of the whole thing. Once we make the colors, we're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so cool.
Yeah, once we find, like, the right color palette, we're like, alright, yes, this works.
Yeah. Speaking of color palette, Peyton does almost all the backgrounds.
Yeah, backgrounds.
Again, something that I am incredibly slow at doing. And then we take all the files, save them as PSDs.
The backgrounds are so, like... For the most part, backgrounds are easy because most of them are only on screen for like 2 seconds, and we blur the majority of the background.
Yeah, I know, it's no big deal, but yeah. I feel like my blur has to be the same as your blur, so I'm like, oh crap, I have to make this work when mostly editing, but yeah. It gets kind of complicated, but most of the time, you know, it's easy. And then I take it I usually start working in After Effects as soon as we have, like, 10 frames done. Which is probably enough for, like, it depends on how quick the song is, 20 seconds, 40 seconds, you know, however long it'll last. And I start working on that, and then as things roll in, we kind of piece it in together as we go.
Yeah, and I have a habit of, like, jumping around, which probably isn't easy for you, but
Well, it isn't, but at the same time, it is kind of refreshing to be like, alright, I'm not gonna work on editing this part.
Yeah, like, it's, I don't know, just from, like, an art point of view, it's just refreshing to, like, skip around and just being able to draw what I want to draw, like, a you know, if I'm not feeling that one, I'll be like, all right, let's just skip over to this. Get this part done.
Yeah. I think that works really well for you, and I don't mind it too much. It's just like, when you have one last one to do, and then you can't do it, you know? So I feel like we're at the point where we're just going to start the next PMV, and she'll bounce around until she can finish that one. Which, I will color that whole thing. No problem. I can do that.
Which one?
I need you to do the line art.
Oh, no, I know. The majority of it is colored, though.
I know, but I can finish coloring it.
And shading it, yeah. I know.
Yeah, it's all good. So, that's pretty much how we work. We'll probably do tutorials on that. We're not working on it yet, but we're probably going to start working on our tutorial for the Patreon tomorrow, maybe?
Yeah, and like
the one we were talking about. Yeah. It's a busy 2 days for us. You're going to be seeing a lot of us, but you won't see this video until... later.
So we edit it.
So, well, let's just say, Wednesday and Thursday, the 2nd and 3rd, are very busy days for us. And then the last thing, what influenced both of our art styles? Peyton?
Why do I have to go first? Okay. Like obviously Warrior Cats.
Yeah, that's
Alley Cat and Nia.
Okay, yes.
They were like my number one inspiration. And I feel so glad that I'm like able to talk to them now on like Twitter and stuff. I'm like, hey, did you know that you made me start drawing?
You're that guy.
I am that person. Like, I'm like, hey, did you know?
Hey guys.
Like obviously like Disney and stuff, but like I felt like
right
when I was like 12, I went through a very like I want to be a serious artist. I want to draw realism and only realism. I want to get good. And so I went through like a really long phase of like only drawing realism.
Yeah, a really long phase. Up until big bad things.
Yeah, but like phase. I feel like that helped me a lot because like I have a strong like basis in realism, so like I know how stuff works. Not to toot my own horn.
You're tooting it.
I know. But I feel like it would be much harder for someone to like learn super stylized stuff and then to like add realism into it. Like I feel like it's a lot easier to learn realism first and then add style.
Yeah. Which still is hard. I mean,
yeah, no, it's still really hard. Yeah, no, definitely. But I feel like it's a lot easier because you already know like your proportions and you know the rules of how this makes this like a cat, and then you can break those rules to stylize it. That makes sense,
right? No, that makes mostly
what inspired you?
Most of the what inspired me?
Yeah.
What inspired me? I know this is related to Warrior Cats, but the Warrior Cats manga.
Ooh, which one? Which one?
Mostly Gray Stripe.
No!
Mostly Gray Stripe. No, I did a whole... I know, but I'm gonna have to say, I think probably... I didn't start drawing cats until the end of 8th grade.
Wow.
I drew dragons before that, so I was inspired by a lot of, like, Ernest Drake, whatever, like, the dragon guides with the covers with the gems on it. I don't really know what they are, but those inspired me a lot. The artwork from inside those books. Cartoons. Really just a lot of stuff that inspires a lot of us. But then once I got into drawing cats, it was straight to the Warrior Cats manga, Gray Stripe. I would just trace... I don't think I was able to trace it, because I ended up making it really big. I have this one image that is a drawing of all of my pets, and it's my cat Millie, but it's Gray Stripe. So I don't know why
Did you name your cat Millie after Millie?
Yes, I did,
as
a matter of fact. But that was in, like, 6th grade or something. I did name her... it wasn't after, like... I didn't know anything about her character at that point. I just had the, one of the clan books or whatever, like, that has all the characters, and I opened it up to the last page, and there was a picture of Millie drinking milk. And I was like, I'm naming this cat Millie. That was right off the bat, right there. So, yes, my cat is named after... Well, she's not with us anymore, but she is named after Millie. But yeah, mostly Warrior Cats. I spend a lot of time on Flipnote Hatna, for all of you who are familiar. Peyton didn't. Peyton skipped that one. Well, lucky on you. Glad you skipped that one. But people on that were very inspirational to me. I ended up... I was inspired by people who were inspired by people like Tribble of Doom and Flightfoot Warrior. So before I actually used YouTube for Warrior Cats, which happened later, probably, I think I discovered Flightfoot Warrior at the end of summer going into 9th grade.
Jesus, you were slow. Whoa.
I was very slow.
Talk about behind the times, man.
I remember, this was all in the summer before freshman year. So that was a big summer for me. I remember
was this when Toxin still had like green hair and was like super emo?
This was before Toxin existed.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, my persona was born in 9th grade. So I can admit I was slow. I was a slow grower. I was sheltered. I remember, here's a fond memory. Me sitting in my computer, small, like the room where I use the computer at, watching SSS Warrior Cats, and muting it whenever I heard people walking by, because I didn't want them to know that I was listening to SSS Warrior Cats. So that was a fond memory.
Okay, so, like, as a comparison, I distinctly remember me being in, like, 5th grade and going over to my friend's house, and we would just sit in their computer room, and for hours we would just watch Warrior Cat AMVs. No shame. Just blasting it. Just like, yes, this is the coolest thing ever.
Okay, yes, that happened. I didn't experience that until, because of course I was in my dragon phase until 8th grade, the end of 8th grade. So I also watched a show called Primeval where there was AMVs, how I discovered 3 Days Grace, Linkin Park, and more. So I discovered them through, AMVs for Primeval, which is a show about dinosaurs and stuff. So that was my 6th, 7th grade, sitting in the basement watching those. You know, Animal I Have Become with a T-Rex running around, you know, good stuff. So that's how I was at your time, even later than your time. Sad. Well, I did read Warrior Cats earlier. I read Warrior Cats in 5th grade. I just didn't know how far it went. I was unknowing.
I think I still have it, of a drawing that I did in, like, 5th grade, and I tried to draw the sunset cover of, like, Hawkfrost. I'll see if I can find it. Maybe I'll, like, post it on Twitter or something.
Do a redraw.
It's not great. It's not good.
Do a redraw of it. Was it colored, or was it just
it's on, like, I think I still have it. It's on, like, lined paper.
Oh my god. Oh, that sounds so good.
It is. It's pretty good.
Oh, I love it.
Next question.
That's it.
That's all we have? Oh.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, I mean, we've been Oh my gosh. I mean, that's from that's from last month, which is this month's podcast. I said this month's podcast. It was the questions from last month. It's the 2nd. We're fine. How many times have I said somebody? Okay, I'm gonna ask somebody watching. The first person. Okay, don't count any of these, but the first person who listens to this and counts each from Peyton and each from Julia separately. I'm Julia. That's Peyton. We should have said that in the beginning.
I mean,
for those who don't know. Well, I know, but we might throw in an introduction at the beginning of this. We haven't recorded the intro yet.
Let's just keep our intro that we used, our outtake intro. Let's just keep all of it. Let's just upload this raw, unedited. Yes.
1 hour of footage.
Yeah. Why not?
All right. I'll think about it when I'm editing this. So I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something to do with. Oh yeah, people don't know who we are.
Oh. Well, I mean, I don't know what you want me to do about that. Like, just learn. Just learn who we are. How do you not know who we are?
Well, not everyone goes to live streams.
That is true. We have a lot of people.
I'm sorry, directed at everybody who hasn't been to our live streams, who is just tuning in for this podcast. Hi, I'm Julia, also known as Hoxau or Hoxau, however you want to say it.
Hoxau.
And
Hoxau.
And in the red corner, we have...
In the red corner? Why am I in the red corner? What red corner? What are you looking at? What red corner?
I'm not looking...
What red corner?
I'm not looking at anything.
Yeah, so that's me. I'm Climb.
That's Climb. I'd also call her Peyton, because that's what her name is. But Climb. People know your name.
I know.
It's on the internet. It's everywhere. That's just, I'm used to calling you Peyton, so I go back and forth between Peyton and Climb. It's a whole thing, but just, sorry for not telling you guys this at the beginning. We kind of forgot.
But if we do add in an intro, then you'll just have to re-listen to this. So, you know, just take it as it is. Just roll with it.
Alright, well, this is our first podcast, so they're not gonna be mad at us for whatever we do.
Hopefully not. Don't be mad, guys. We don't know what we're doing.
We don't know what we're doing. If we add an intro that explains who we are, then we will. And this will just be fun.
Alright. Sweet.
So, that's it.
That's all we got.
Our first podcast. Give us a rating, 1 to 10, how you think this podcast went for our first podcast.
And so, once again, if you would like to suggest topics or suggestions for our next podcast, you can go and donate to our Patreon. Link is in the thing.
The description.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming you'll put the link on the screen too.
Well, it's patreon.com/noodlers.
Well, I mean, I was hoping you'd just put it in editing. I mean,
look, you think I'm going to be re-listening to this entire thing?
Yes, you are.
I'll write down the timestamp.
Anyway,
I should have been doing this originally.
Anyway, if you guys want to suggest topics, suggestions, if you want to look at Warrior Cat art, our storyboards, concept art, just a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff that we post on Patreon. We do giveaways on there, red lines, critiques, sketches, all sorts of stuff, all sorts of goodies on there.
Goodies. Yes. And we post almost daily.
Yeah. And so this was, again, made possible. Thank you to our patrons. There's too many of you to list, or else I'd list them all right now.
We'll list them at the end of our video.
Yeah. Look on screen.
They're all going to be there. Look there. On screen.
Yeah.
Let's see. The end card is probably playing by now, since we're probably going to cut it any second now. I don't know.
How do you have these kind of videos? Do we just keep talking? How do we end it?
I think that... Well, okay, I think we should keep talking, but only because I'll have the end card rolling, and then, like, whenever the end card ends is when we'll cut it.
So let's just keep going. Let's just keep that in. So you guys can... See? We're giving you behind-the-scenes stuff of how we edit and, like, how we do stuff as a team.
Yes, this is behind the scenes.
Like, you know, Julia has to tell me what she's doing so that I can understand, so I can visualize what it is she plans on doing. You know, teamwork.
Right.
Teamwork.
I feel like we definitely should do that intro, because I'm pretty sure at least half the people that will watch this video do not know that we're two people.
You'd be surprised by how many comments we get on our videos that people are like, wow, like, I love this person. Or people are like, wow, I can't believe you stole Noodlers' art. And I'm like...
Yeah, So we're gonna have to do a short explanation at the beginning, but I hope you guys will enjoy. I'll roll the end card when this video should have ended, but I will let this play. So if you want to leave at any time, go for it.
Yeah. Have a nice day. You know, go back to whatever you were doing.
A wonderful day. Have a wonderful week.
What if they're watching this on the weekend?
Have a wonderful next week.
I mean, have a wonderful end of the week.
Have a wonderful end and beginning of the next week. By the way, any questions you ask on Patreon, we will address. On the monthly post for $5 and up patrons, you can ask anything. We will address them all, though we may not answer them all. We will address them.
So basically, she's saying, you can ask whatever you want, and you
get a shout out.
Yeah, you'll get a shout out, but we might not answer it. We might just go, next.
Yeah, we'll definitely read it, and we'll be like, alright. It's not like the live streams, where we can just not read it.
I feel like this video should have ended a while ago. Or just keep going. There's no end. This is how we just talk on, like, a normal Skype call. We just keep going.
This is good. I mean, I'm glad we didn't script it, because...
Oh my god, could you imagine if we tried to script it? No way. No.
Yeah, this is quality.
Yeah,
unscripted
this is,
quality.
You know, raw Noodlers content right here for you all. Noodlers, unscripted. Ooh, that should be the name of the podcast!
Noodlers Unscripted?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I said it, and now I think it sounds kind of... I mean, it might be dumb. But it sounded good for a second there.
Look.
I got excited.
I wrote it down. Peyton.
Oh, okay,
Note
good.
Taken.
Good.
I'm just gonna... I also wrote down the timestamp where I should be putting the
What
link.
if you edit it?
What?
What if you edit it? Then that won't be the same timestamp.
It'll be the same timestamp, don't worry. I know what I'm doing.
Oh, okay, alright.
I know what I'm doing, okay? Peyton's right, guys, but I know what I'm doing. So, alright. I think that this is the end. The screen is probably black right now.
Just keep going.
Or maybe this is on Patreon. Maybe you're seeing this on Patreon.
Maybe this is a patron exclusive, end of the video.
It could be.
We don't know.
If it isn't, then let's just do our real exit for the video right now. So, thank you guys for watching our first podcast. Let us know how you feel about it. Join our Patreon if you want to suggest things for our next podcast, which will be coming out next month.
Let us know if we've rambled too much, if you'd like us to talk about other stuff, if you thought that this was completely dumb.
It was.
I mean, yeah.
We know it was completely dumb, guys, but we're having fun. We hope you're having fun. It's like a live stream, but you don't have to be live for it to be fun.
Ooh, well, I mean, you don't have to be live on our... Well, I mean, yeah, that's true.